In the bottom left location, we have our red Terran. Might be making a comeback here. Teammate of his opponent. Wait for it.
OGS 탑.
I think she's my favorite Otosis.
Is she?
It's the way I feel. Can't take that away from me. Over here in the upper left.
OGS NaDa.
I think he's my favorite basis.
NaDa. He's my favorite right there. Thank you to LG, Intel, and G-Skill for making this event possible. Thank you to our Toasters for being so funny.
Thank you,
so
Tastes
handsome
for
and
being
smart.
Aw, that's what I was going to say about you.
Oh.
You're so nice.
Oh.
Why are you so nice to me?
I gotta say, I think if NaDa doesn't do an all-in, actually, I almost feel like the build that we saw wasn't actually all-in since they both transitioned into normal games out of it. But generally, 2 barracks, when you're sending Marines and SCVs and stuff like that, that is what we would normally deem an all-in. But I think if NaDa doesn't do any kind of aggressive all-in, aggressive attack early on that could cripple him later on, I would assume he's going to win, judging by the way these games are going. Yeah,
he's been playing pretty spectacularly, except for just a few minor decisions.
Now, it looks like NaDa is going to wall in. Top will not have any of that valuable intel where he can sort of discern what his opponent's going to do, unless, of course, NaDa decides to make the command center on the low ground, and we know for sure NaDa is going to make the command center on the low ground since he has not taken his refineries.
Well said, Tasis. Top throwing up a command center. NaDa should be momentarily as well.
Oh, SCVs give each other a nasty glare.
Oh, that SCV was never going anywhere.
Your death was in vain, SCV.
Both players getting their command centers. Tops is a little bit quicker.
Now, there is also a higher chance NaDa will spot the command center of Top due to where Top decided to put it.
NaDa's SCV will get there so late that probably won't see it. 2 Marines sitting there, bottom's ramp. Some more barracks being added by NaDa. He oftentimes does like to go into a few barracks after his expansions.
Yeah, he's somebody who likes to at times stay at tier 1. I think what it is, it's the mobility.
Yeah.
I think because when you go fast factory, your opponent can actually take a 3rd base.
That's quite true, as MVP has shown us.
Yeah. But if you can make a bunch of barracks and they're trying to tech or take another base, you can just punish that.
Yeah. And, Mass Bear sees a lot of minerals.
And he does, by the way, he does see
quite late.
Orbital.
Wow. That was a sneaky little SCV. That's the only thing he saw, in fact. I'm surprised he even saw that through all the bullet holes in his visor.
I know. NaDa was like, go up the ramp. He's like, I don't want to die. Go up the ramp.
NaDa with his peer pressure.
Yep. He's like, NaDa, please. And NaDa showed him his tricep, and he was like, oh man, all right, don't hurt me. All right, then we got a factory on the way over here. That made my weird laugh come out. I was like,
all right, NaDa going out to land his as well. Top's landed just slightly before. And it looks like NaDa just going to transition into Siege Tank and Marine. He's getting his upgrades. It's got the reactor going on.
Yeah.
And I like that, man. That's just as solid as you can really get.
Are they in fact doing the same builds? Am I mistaken here? It looks like it's actually identical builds.
Not exactly. We do have
on the factory.
Well, NaDa going for Marine upgrades, while Top is actually getting a starboard.
Do you think he's going to make a Banshee out of it?
I think he's going to make 1 Banshee. Just Banshee it up a little bit. We'll see, though.
Siege tank, though.
Oh, all right. Then I guess he's going to go ahead, get the medevac, try one of these stimless Marine drops that seem to never actually do anything.
NaDa making a bunker, as you can see here. So NaDa is somewhat concerned of some kind of aggressive rush here. And let's see what NaDa does with the starports. Right now, these builds are looking pretty similar, actually. Not too far off. This is just such an interesting series. I love watching TVT with two players like this.
Oh yeah, it's so many really important decisions. You know, there's so many different ways you can actually play in TVT, and this is true for StarCraft 1 and 2. You can do more different styles because the defender's advantage is larger in this matchup than any other. This is unlike the other two mirrors where they don't have a unit that's so ridiculously cost-effective, which is Siege mode for Siege tanks. You can really do almost anything and stage comebacks and stuff like that. TVT, an awesome matchup. Looks like both players are opting to go for medevac chops.
Uh-oh.
And there's Mules back there, but NaDa is right on top of things. Killing off a few SCVs.
Top, surprisingly, does not go up into the main after that. You see most players do that. Now, he's going to go back home. There's also a drop coming here. I don't know if NaDa should do this either.
He sees it all, and in fact, a Viking on the way.
Uh-oh.
And looks like he may try to snipe this off. But NaDa has Stim. And he gets it.
I can't believe NaDa actually came out on top of that, but Stim is pretty good.
Well, you better believe it, Aceless.
Doesn't the Viking look like the guy from Halo in the portrait?
Yeah, he does.
Master Chief.
Master Chief can't fly, though.
No, he can't, man.
No.
Now, it looks like he might salvage the bunker, and in fact, they both might push out on the map at the same time here. We already see one player, OGS Top, doing that.
Oh, I like Top's quick sensor tower, by the way. It's something I like. It's going to be more ready for things. Sees that coming through. It's an SCV. Don't worry, Top. It's not a dropship.
All right, and it looks like Top's going to control the Zelnaga Watchtower.
It's an important location in the map.
Well,
really cuts things up.
It really does. And, you know, that Zelnaga Watchtower is even more important than some of the other ones on other maps because that is the only one that there is. So it's not like you can split the map in half. Actually, if somebody's controlling the Zelnaga Watchtower, that means somebody else is behind.
Yeah, they have 2/3 of the map as opposed to 1/3 for the most part.
And as you can see, Top actually handling this quite well here with the sensor tower. Gets that at the same time he takes the
I love that
Watchtower
placement, actually.
Yeah,
that whole back path now, that leaves NaDa one path to go through, and this Watchtower gets the rest of that. So this is actually some beautiful positional play by Top. And NaDa going to go for it. Does he have enough? He's going to have to spread those Marines a little bit better than that. We got beautiful spreading now, and he's going to roll.
Oh my God. NaDa's like, you know what? I'm just going to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a bunch of stuff and kill him.
Man, I mean, if you have to be so careful being out in the middle of the map because Sim Marines just do so much DPS. You spread those things out.
Well, you had the siege tanks in a line, so they weren't all covering each other.
Looks like NaDa may be going for sieging up the main a little bit. Nice move here.
Nice.
Top is sieging a tank of his own, though.
He needs to get rid of that siege tank.
Yes, he does.
Most stay saply.
And it looks like NaDa just spotting that siege tank. It's not in range of his other units there. Trying to pull these Marines back into his siege tank fire. Doesn't quite do it, though. Should pull him a little bit more back. And it looks like Top has successfully held this off, but oh, look at this. This drop actually might be pretty nice.
Yeah.
And he might take out some siege tanks here.
NaDa not quite paying attention here. He needs to pick up that tank.
And he does. Gonna medevac them out of there.
Medevacuate out of here. Today is like the day of me merging words and saying stupid stuff. Stim again! Man,
every day of
this is where you see that NaDa is actually a completely different class than Top.
Yeah, Top is a great player and he's got a lot of potential, but NaDa just showing a level that we don't often get to see at anything in the world. He is the Lance Armstrong, the Michael Jordan, and the Larry Bird of StarCraft.
Wow.
GG. Wow.
You could see the joy of NaDa's face.
Yeah, he is so happy.
Easy opponent.
3-1 over Top. Amazing TVT prowess from NaDa. Oh my God, he's ripped.
Oh, getting all hot and bothered.
He is.
All right.
He is good at everything.
Yes, he is. Now, Top, I think we're going to see more of Top in the future at the GSL. Top is a Codex player, no doubt, but,
yeah,
you know, against somebody like NaDa,
It is no small feat getting to NaDa bait.
NaDa seems to do quite well against his teammates, if you notice.
Yeah. I think that he
other
just looks at their replays and stuff. Probably plays a bunch of practice games against them if he sees them in the same bracket as him. He just plays completely different. He's a tricky guy.
Well, Top is younger. He has less stage experience, so that plays a factor as well, with NaDa being much more calm and much more collected in these tense moments in these games. So it was 3-1, NaDa. I thought he was the favorite going into this, but I didn't think the games were going to be that one-sided. There's a moment, we were talking, we're like, oh, wow, look at this great position Top has. He has his own watchtower, and he has sensor towers there. And we're seeing NaDa sort of move around the map and try to get, into some position. Then he's like, he just stems and just runs everything and kills it. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was.
He was just pretty good.
This is actually pretty amazing, by the way. NaDa in top 4. I think this is the deepest he's actually ever made in the GSL. He wants a championship, man. He's so close.
He is.
He has to win
one more
match to get into the championship round.
That would be crazy if he actually managed to get that far.
You know who's on the other side of the bracket?
Who?
Jelizerg.
That would be crazy.
We
I know.
could possibly
Nerds are going crazy.
Wait, no, he's not.
They're clapping their hands.
It's ST on the other side of the bracket. I'm sorry.
That's
I like
good
how you too excited.
I just trust what you say. I assume you don't make mistakes around here.
But Nesty,
I think nerds are at home. They're squeezing their toes together, making little fists because they're so excited. They're going, yeah, right.
And then they get
crazy.
that cramp in their leg. They're like, ah! And they get up and they hop around, and mom wakes up.
Yeah,
I've got that, man.
Yeah, I hate that. So we're going to go on to our next series here after a short break. It's going to be SC against Lucira. SC, I think, one of these players who's been a little bit overshadowed by some of these other good Terrans. Lucira, everybody's talking about this guy.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a great match. The play we saw out of SC in the last round, that Hellion factory in your base, run up with Marines and stuff.
Oh, that was scary.
That was like the greatest thing I've ever seen.
That was impressive.
Lucira's going to have his work cut out for him, but Lucira is so good.
Well, Lucira is one of these younger players, but everybody's saying he can do it. He doesn't seem to crack under pressure, even though he said before he's nervous. It doesn't look like it when I'm watching him play. One thing about if you get nervous in games, sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you're nervous and just keep doing what you know you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Accept the fact that your heart is racing, that the world is watching you. It's tough.
Lucira's ready for it, man. This is going to be a great match.
If I had to bet on somebody, I'd bet Lucira. But then again, SC is never failing to surprise me. So, never know. We have a little 10-minute break, so don't go too far away. We're going to finish up the next half of today's games in just a little bit. This is the GSL.